You know, the Wolves are actually a fascinating team because Perk, that they're actually in the top 7 in offense and defense. They're in 6th place, but they're in the top 7 in both. Like, they actually are probably a better team than what their record is. So what you're describing, I think, actually could happen, but it's going to be hard. I mean, my reaction from yesterday was Kawhi Leonard. Maybe a Clipper fan would dispute this with me because I don't have the chapter and verse of everything. But to me, the greatest moment for Kawhi as a Clipper was in that playoff series against Dallas a couple years ago where he had that game. I believe it was Game 6 in Dallas where he had a 40-point game. It was one of the most magnificent playoff games of the last decade. After that performance, I'm not sure there's been a better performance as a Clipper than this game for Kawhi. And I say that obviously because they're playing the Clippers arena. And this has been an extraordinarily traumatic and disappointing season for the Clippers, but it has happened while Kawhi has played his best basketball as a Clipper. Over the last 6 weeks, he has been a top 3 player in the NBA. And over the last 6 weeks, the Clippers traded their 2 other top 3 players, 2 of their other 3 top 3 players. Now, they traded for Darius Garland, and that Darius Garland, if he gets healthy, could end up being a factor here. But it is amazing to me that the Clippers are getting the season out of Kawhi Leonard that they dreamed of since 2019, and they traded 2 players to reposition for the future. Because this guy is playing magnificently right now. And he came and showed how, when he is feeling right and he is getting elevation on that jump shot, my God, you call him, what do you call him, Perk, Baby Jordan or whatever? He has got elevation on that mid-range shot like he's Michael Jordan. And what an amazing display of his mastery of the sport yesterday.
Well, let me say this.
but he had no choice, Wendy.
Go ahead, Perk. Go ahead, Perk.
My bad, S.A. Yeah, he had no choice. To be honest with you, Kawhi Leonard owed the Clippers this. Like, this basketball that he's playing right now, he owed this to the Clippers. Hell, the last time he didn't play at this level in the Clippers uniform was the month of February because he's been injured. So now that he's available, I don't give a damn who the Clippers have traded away. I know what Kawhi Leonard needs to do. Stephen A., you done came on here plenty of times, and what have you called Kawhi Leonard? The worst what?
The worst superstar in the history of sports.
Yeah, so when you think about yesterday in his arena, in the Clippers hosting the All-Star game, you better show up and show out and get your feet hot. You better go out there and put on a performance. With all the news that's been circulating around the Clippers organization, with the whole thing with Steve Ballmer and Kawhi Leonard, about the money that he was getting outside of that, by the way, which I don't have a problem with. I'm always for the players getting max dollars. But again, he owed this to this organization.
You want Baby Jordan? It's an Ant-Man. It's Ant-Man, okay? It's Ant-Man. Let's be very, very clear about who the Baby Jordan is, who looks like him, who plays like that, his level of elevation, and oh my God, and then the three-point shooting. Ant-Man is just special. This brother is he is box office personified, and I just love his game. I love everything that he brings to the table. And then I'm thinking about Wembanyama. I'm so proud to have this brother in the league because think about what he said, and I want to read this quote to y'all, where he said, think about this. This dude, he ain't been in the league but a minute. I want to push the great players of this sport to play in the All-Star game just as hard as I will. We'll see how it goes. But if they don't play hard, listen to this, if they don't play hard, I'll do it without them. Now, you see, when we talk about superstars, you want that kind of attitude. Mm-hmm. You want that kind. We all know, Wendy, you alluded to it the other day. You said it. When you talked about how Kobe was around, he was holding cats accountable and shaming cats if they went out on the court and they lollygagged, okay? We wish other leaders had done that. They didn't do that. Wembanyama comes in and he does it. What does Ant-Man do? He automatically opens up, looks right in the face of America, in the camera, and the world, and said, give the credit to Wembanyama because, Victor, when he went out there playing the way that he played, we had no choice but to respond. That's what the man said. He giving credit where credit is due and putting you on notice. Why? Because he answered the call, and he knew that there was something that was missing. And to me, that's who stood out in the game last night. It was Anthony Edwards. It wasn't just because of his points. It's because of what he said afterwards. He said we had no choice but to respond. He gave credit where credit is due, went out there and performed, and just told you in the process, we had an obligation to step up and handle our business, and that's what the hell we're going to do. Instead of giving us lip service or trying to blame the media or the crowd or somebody else for how things have been altered and modified and strenuous effort has been put forth just to get them to give effort. The fact is, last night, we didn't have to worry about that. Keep the format the way that it is, or one game doesn't matter, Wendy. Like you said, you pointed out accurately, all those changes that were made was absolutely necessary. That's what got it to this point. But what we saw yesterday is exactly what we've been asking for. And the stars came out, and all you wanted to see was some level of competitiveness. And everybody stood up and responded. You saw cats actually playing a little defense. You saw cats actually trying to contest the shot. You saw cats playing basketball, not regular season, not playoff, but at least equating to what you do in the summertime. That's all we were asking for, and they finally gave it to us. It took them too damn long, but they finally gave it to us. And as if for Kawhi Leonard, let me say this. I'm not going to sit up there and applaud him. Let me be very, very clear. What he does on the court is not a surprise. When that brother is healthy, he is a superstar. He is spectacular. There is nothing to question about Kawhi Leonard, the healthy basketball player. You question two things, his health and his willingness to be responsible enough to market the product that he actually represents. The Clippers been playing him for years. Like Perk said, you damn right he needed to show up on the court yesterday. Damn right. It was nice to see him reacting to the crowd and celebrating his own greatness. Everybody's been doing it for years. We've just been asking to see more of it when it really, really counts. And oh, by the way, y'all are sitting up there raving about him like Kawhi, Kawhi, Kawhi. You know where I'm going. The playoffs in April. It's April. Am I going to see him then? Because, see, I don't want to see this now. And then April come, and your ass is nowhere to be found. Exactly. That's why I'm telling you to stop raving. We know what he could do as a basketball player. Ain't nobody ever questioned his greatness. We've questioned his interest in terms of what are you willing to do to make sure you're ready when it counts, damn it. You owe the Clippers. You owe the NBA, considering how much you got paid and how much this brother has been absent. I will repeat it for the last time. This brother can give notes on time off, getting paid. He need to do a master class on that, because I've never seen anybody that does it better. This brother get paid for not being at work. It's something special to behold. But he showed up to work yesterday. Give him credit where it's due. He was one of the stars that shined. He deserves all the credit in the world. But there's a regular season to finish, and there's a playoff to show up for, and I will be watching. Let me tell you something right now. We're not going to bring up Jordan. We're not going to bring up MJ. We're not going to bring up Kobe. We're not going to bring up any of these names without giving major props to Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. That was one of the best slam dunk contests we have seen in history. They were spectacular, okay? Yeah. Andre Iguodala did his thing and got robbed one year, and when they gave it to Nate Robinson instead of him, with what he was doing, okay? But the point is, they participated because they recognized what the contest was. We have an individual who is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, who is the GOAT of longevity, because we've never seen anybody be this great this long, who's a four-time champion, a four-time league MVP, been to 10 NBA finals, a phenomenal basketball ambassador, a role model extraordinaire who spent years, decades, caring about what folks thought and going out there and performing like on an elite level, but they used the slam dunk contest to snub. And what did the Patrick Beverleys and others say when it came to, the playing in the bubble and all? Oh, man, let's all of us shut up and be quiet. Bottom line is, we going to do what LeBron James says. If LeBron James want to play in the bubble, we all playing in the bubble. If he don't want to play in the bubble, we ain't playing. That's how much cachet this man had. Look at the stars that haven't participated since that man hasn't participated in the slam dunk contest. That is where it started. He can't control what other people do, but the bottom line is, in terms of non-participation in the slam dunk contest, when it comes to superstars in this game, it was him. Period. Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Keep them down, try to wear, pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here.